In this video, I want to show you how you can handle external datasets in R. Basically, my preferred way whenever I want to feed in external data into R, I try to have it stored as CSV on my computer. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to fetch CSV data about clinical trials from the clinicaltrials.gov database. Let's say we're going to search about all the data that is available about hepatitis trials. Therefore, I'm simply typing in hepatitis as our condition in the advanced search field. In this case, the database would give us 2,594 studies. So this is just one example of an online database. After that, I'm going to go to download and I'm selecting all the fields I need for this example. In this case, let's say I want to get the top 1000 studies and I'm selecting the 22 available fields to get all the data which is available in this database, and I am selecting comma separated values. So this is a very important point because CSVs or comma separated values are quite easy to handle with R. An alternative which would also work would be tab separated values. With this method I'm going to show you in this video, you could also read in tab separated values. So now I'm selecting the CSVs and I'm pressing download zip file. So the computer stored this CSV file as a zip file on my computer. So now I would go to my download folder, the preset download folder, and I would detach or dezip the downloaded file so that this file would be available as a standard CSV file and not the zipped version of it. In RStudio, I would now set the working directory to the folder where this CSV file is stored in. Therefore, I would simply go to Session, Set Working Directory and choose Directory. In this case, it is the Downloads folder, so therefore I can choose it, and as you can see, we have in the console the command setwt, which confirms that now we have downloads as our working directory. Basically, you can see the working directory as the place or the folder on your computer where R stores all the files which you need for this specific instance. For a given R session, you should only have one working directory set. To now get this CSV file into our R session, we simply go to Import Dataset and select From Text File. And now I can simply select the CSV file, which in this case is called AA Study Fields. And now we are in the import dataset. We have the input field over here, which actually shows how the raw data looks like, and we also have the data frame. So this is actually how R would output this data frame. For this dataset, we have a separator of commas, but we could also, for example, choose tabs if we would have a tab separated file. I am also making sure that I have the heading set to yes. And if all those settings are to my satisfaction, I can simply go to Import. And as we can see in our environment, we now have the data frame AA study fields with 1000 observations of 26 variables. And this is actually how this data frame looks like. So this is actually all the study data that is stored for hepatitis trial at the clinicaltrials.gov database. This data is actually quite interesting for medical or biological researchers, for journalists, or even for biotech investors. On my biotech trading course, I'm explaining a bit more on this type of dataset. At this point, I also want to say a few words to storing our scripts. As you can see here, I have a script which is red. Red scripts are not stored yet. To be able to store this script, I would simply click on it. I would then click this disk, save current document, and now I would actually be in my directory and I could simply store it by inserting a file name and pressing OK. Alright, I hope that this video actually helps you to handle external data and CSV files in R.